Hey, what's up guys? So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Thinkware's new flagship dashcam, the U3000. This is the successor to their previous flagship, the U1000. And while I'm doing all my typical testing for the full review, in this video I wanted to go ahead and go over a quick overview of the dashcam, including a look at its video quality and all of its cool new features. And then at the very end of the video, I'll go over the giveaway details covering how you can win a U3000 for yourself, absolutely free. Now, the U3000 is available in two different configurations. You can opt to get it just with the front-facing dashcam to record everything up ahead of you, or you can get it with the rear-facing dashcam so the U3000 can record both front and rear. Now, the front dashcam records in 4K and 30 FPS, and one of the big new features here is the fact that it has the new Sony Starvis 2 sensor, specifically the Sony IMX678. And with this new sensor, the dashcam can offer improved video quality and low-light performance. The lens offers a wide 152-degree viewing angle, and with the U3000, Thinkware has added some dewarping technology to reduce the fisheye look that you often see from dashcams that use these wide-angle lenses. And then as far as the optional rear-facing dashcam, that records at 2K and 30 FPS, which is up from the traditional 1080p that you'll see from most 2-channel 4K dashcams. And so for that reason, you're going to get better video quality back behind you as well, which can be helpful for capturing license plates or just generally recording what's happening back there. Now, something worth noting is that due to the CPU selection here in the U3000, this dashcam is not able to record with HDR. And this is something you're most likely to notice when driving around and trying to capture something particularly bright in the frame. Next, as far as the parking recording capabilities, this is going to be one of the most standout features here for the U3000. Now, Thinkware is one of the companies that do offer dashcams with buffered parking recording, meaning that in case of an impact or motion detected, the dashcam is able to record the entire event, including before, during, and after the event. Now, this buffered parking recording is typically a feature that you'll only see on higher-end premium dashcams, and it's something that's available here with the U3000. That said, something that really separates this dashcam specifically from other dashcams is the energy-saving parking recording, and specifically the radar monitoring. For example, let's say you've got the dashcam set up in the traditional parking recording mode, and that would record for about a day. If you switch it over to the energy-saving parking recording, that's going to allow the dashcam to record for up to 40 days. And the way that it achieves this is it actually goes into like a low-power parking recording state, and it's typically asleep, and it's only when it, say, detects an impact that it wakes up and begins recording. The downside of this, of course, is the fact that it's not going to be able to record before an impact is detected, only afterwards. Now, what's cool here about the U3000 is you can kind of get a hybrid to give you the best of both worlds, including both energy-saving parking recording for that long-term parking recording and doing it with buffered parking recording to record before the impact as well. And the way that it does that is it actually has radar transmitters here built into the dashcam. Unlike the U1000, where it was kind of like an optional extra that you stick next to the dashcam, it's now built into the front dashcam here on the U3000, and it's also now built into the rear dashcam as well, something that wasn't available at all with the U1000. And the idea here is with the addition of radar, the dashcam is going to be using its radar transmitters to monitor for things like cars or people near your car. In case anything gets close, it'll wake up the dashcam and begin recording, and then if, let's say, an impact is detected, it'll save that video file and then go back to sleep. If nothing actually happens, the dashcam will just go back to sleep without saving that video. Now, of course, the more times the dashcam has to wake up to record, the less parking recording time you're going to get, but in ideal situations, the U3000 in this setup can record for up to 20 days, which is way better than typical dashcams, which will give you like maybe a day in a similar configuration. Now, something to note about these radar transmitters, a lot of people have asked, is they only transmit when the car is parked. It does transmit K-band, and so nearby radar detectors can false when passing a car that's got a U3000 installed. That said, when you're driving, the radar transmitter isn't necessary. It'll actually shut off while you're driving, and so if you've got this set up next to a radar detector, it will not actually cause your radar detector to false while you are driving with the U3000 installed in your car. Then coming back to the parking recording, another feature that I like here with the U3000 is its overheat protection. I know this is a common area of concern for those of you guys who drive in really hot parts of the country. In that situation, let's say you're parked and the dashcam is sitting under the hot sun, it actually has some ways of protecting the dashcam and giving you some additional parking recording capabilities without having to shut itself off altogether. Thinkware calls this the smart parking mode feature, and the idea is if the dashcam starts to overheat while parked, it'll actually switch into a low power mode to protect the dashcam, and in this setup it's going to offer non-buffered impact detection parking recording. And then once the dashcam starts to cool off, then it'll switch back to its traditional parking recording modes, including motion detection or time-lapse recording. And so again, this can be a way to keep the dash cam recording while you're parked without having to shut off altogether, the way you may see with some other dash cams. The U3000 can also let you know of things like speed cameras or red light cameras in your area. It has an updatable GPS database that you can download into the dash cam, and as you pass, let's say, a speed camera or a red light camera, the dash cam can actually give you a notification. Now, as far as the cloud capabilities, the U3000 has some of those as well. Now, the U3000 does not have LTE built in or anything. There's no way to, say, add a SIM card into it and give it an internet connection directly. It's going to be reliant on some sort of external Wi-Fi hotspot. The typical way to do it is, I know a lot of cars now have Wi-Fi built in, and you can actually connect your dash cam to that hotspot. And once you do that, it's going to add some nice cloud capabilities here to the U3000. So let's say, for example, the car is driving. You can actually go remotely live stream on your phone and see exactly what's going on with the dash cam, both front and rear, in real time. You can see the location of the car. You can set up geofencing notifications to let you know if the car enters or leaves a certain area. And then in case of an accident, let's say, in case of a crash, there's some helpful features that are available here too. So what it can actually do is automatically send an emergency notification out to your friends and family. It can also send the car's location, and it can upload those videos of what happened to the car in real time. So in case there's a car, let's say, knock on wood, that's involved in a crash, other people can see exactly what happened and where those people are to send help. Now, another thing that's pretty nice is, let's say you're involved in a minor collision or something, right? And it doesn't actually get triggered automatically to the dash cam. Well, what you can do is just press and hold the record button here for 3 seconds, and it's going to do the same kind of thing. It'll upload those video files to the cloud. It'll automatically send a notification out via SMS to your friends and families that you set up ahead of time. And then it can send your location as well. So in case of any sort of emergency, it can automatically let people know that something happened, and they're going to be available to help. And then as far as the cloud capabilities while you're parked, that's available as well, but it's going to be more limited for 2 primary reasons. Number one, the Wi-Fi hotspot, if you're just using the one that's built into your car, that typically shuts off while you're parked, right, to save power. And so you're going to be reliant on some sort of other Wi-Fi hotspot, whether maybe you have like an aftermarket hotspot added to your car, which is what I did, or let's say your car is parked near your home or office or something, and you set up the ability to connect to that Wi-Fi hotspot as well. And then the second thing to note is the fact that the dashcam is not going to be able to do any sort of cloud capabilities while you're parked if you're using the energy-saving parking recording, like that radar monitoring like I mentioned before. One of the reasons it's able to do the really long-term parking recording is because it's shutting off certain features such as your cloud capabilities. And so if you want to use the cloud stuff while you're parked, you're going to have to be reliant on one of the standard parking recording capabilities. You're going to be recording for less time, of course, but it's going to turn back on the cloud capabilities, which you can do here in parking mode. And so if you're using a standard parking recording mode, and you've also got a Wi-Fi hotspot that's available while the car is parked, then you're going to be able to add some of the parking recording capabilities while the car is parked. Well, cloud capabilities while the car is parked as well. And assuming you've got it set up that way, then you're going to be able to get things like notifications to your phone in case of a hit and run. When the dash cam detects an impact, it'll let you know that that happened. Plus, it can upload that video to the cloud, and you're going to be able to view that video remotely. And so while it does offer some parking recording capabilities while parked, I think in most situations it's probably going to work best to use while driving. And then as far as powering the dash cam, whether you're driving or parked, there's a couple ways of actually achieving this. Number one, you can just plug it into the cigarette lighter if you like. That might be the easiest way to get it installed, though you are going to wind up blocking the cigarette lighter port for other devices, and you're going to have the cable hanging down your dash. A better way to do it is actually to use the included OBD2 cable, which is going to allow you to plug into the OBD2 port kind of underneath your steering wheel and next to your pedals. And that makes it really easy to hardwire the dash cam to get both driving and parking recording powered from your car battery without having to deal with fuse taps or tapping into your car's fuse box or anything. And then if you want even longer parking recording capabilities or you don't want to be tapping into the car battery itself, you can use an external battery pack like the Thinkware iVolt Extra. This would be my preferred solution, but I think a lot of people are going to want to go for the OBD2 connector just for the convenience and ease of use. And down in the video description, I'll have links to everything that I talk about here in this video. And then, speaking of which, finally, if you would like to win a U3000 for yourself, well, let's talk about the giveaway. Well, I'm partnering with Blackbox My Car, and they're going to be providing a U3000, a 2-channel version, both front and rear, that you can win. And if you'd like to enter, you can head on over to the giveaway page, which I'll link down in the video description. And as you'll see, there's going to be multiple different ways to enter. Basically involves checking us out on YouTube and following us on social media. And if you'd like to help improve your odds of winning, you'll see multiple ways here to enter, plus an option at the bottom where you can enter once a day as well. You can go ahead and enter now, and the winner will be announced on August 28th. Again, thank you to Blackbox My Car for helping to sponsor this giveaway and supply a dash cam, and thanks to you guys for hanging out and watching this video. Stay tuned, of course, for the full review with a bunch more testing information and video samples and whatnot, more comparisons with other dash cams, etc. If you haven't subscribed already, you can go ahead and do that to get notified for when that review video is available. And so with that said, again, thanks so much. Hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.